Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue dude, that blue, sorta witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your coyote song on a rerun. Are you hound dog tired singing all night long? Who's gonna save you?
All the charity shops had a great array of books. I mean, there was so many to choose from, especially paperbacks, and especially thrillers and crime and everything like that. Lots of sort of dark mysteries, and I was really impressed by the amount of books and the fact that you can get them from 50p to £1. I think is a real bargain, and about £2 for hardbacks. So I was really impressed with how many books I could find in each charity shop. I did go around a few charity shops. I mean, it must have been about 3 or 4 in one area. And I found many books, which I'll show you at the end. I'll do a mini haul quickly about the books that I picked up from these charity shops. But if you can get into a charity shop and have a look at the books, you can pick up some really good novels.
Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand.
Past the window of a library, and they had some really good books too. They had lots of thrillers and ghost stories in the window, which I thought was great, that you can get out for free from the library.
Easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond all. Scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy on our tiptoes.
Hi, it's Doodle here and welcome to another video. As you can see, I'm in the car, well, my camper van actually, Luna, and I don't know whether you can hear, but it's raining quite heavily, which is quite cozy vibes. It's cozy vibes here. So what I'm going to do is what I've been doing is going around the charity shops looking for books to thrift, to buy sort of between 50p and £1, and I'm thinking, can I find thrillers and books like that, thrillers, sort of spooky vibes for this autumnal season. So I thought I'd have a look, and these are what I've got. So This is one of them I've got. It's called The Suspect by Fiona Barton, and this is a hardback, and I got this for £2, and this is about 2 missing 18-year-old girls go missing in their gap year in Thailand. So I'm not going to read the synopsis of every book, I'm just going to show you the cover and the general sort of vibes, but all of them are thrillers, crime, spooky vibes. So that's The Suspect, so that's £2. We've got the Paris bookshop, the little Paris bookshop actually. This looks quite good. Anything set in Paris or something like that I like. So I picked this one up, and this one was, I think this one was 50p. This one really caught my eye, The Lie Tree. I really like the cover. I like the greens and the blacks. And this is by Frances Hardinge. I hope I got that right. But yeah, it's won the Costa Book of the Year in 2015. I just liked the cover and the green and the black and the white. I thought it was really fitting for the spooky season. As you can see on the back, there's a series of books that she does as well. It just, the first bit, the synopsis says the leaves were cold and slightly clammy, and I just think this looks spooky. I mean, I do pick my books 99% of the time by the cover, and I know you shouldn't, but I think if the cover looks spooky and creepy, then the book's going to be. So who knows, but this looks quite good to me. This was £1, and this is The Frozen Shroud by Martin Edwards. I picked this up in Cancer Research Shop. So because all the proceeds go to charity, I feel much better about buying the books. It's good to support bookshops as well, buying new, so we keep, you know, the culture of reading going, but it's really good to look in the charity shops as well. You can pick up some really spooky vibes. So this one is another creepy sort of spooky. But to be honest, my coffee and cake that I had in the cafe cost nearly as much as the amount of books I bought today. So it's funny that, isn't it? You end up spending more on coffee and cake than you do on secondhand books. This is called The Girls Who Disappeared. Now I'm really interested in reading this because this looks really cozy. You've got a picture of a little cabin which looks like a cabin in the woods, and I think that looks really interesting. And this is by Claire Douglas, and this cost me £1. It would have been about £9 if you bought it in the bookshop new. So, and I just, again, I love the greens and the blacks and just the whites. I just like this, I seem to like this colour scheme quite a lot. I like the sort of turquoise colours. This one, again, I picked this for the colour, but I also know that Val McDermid, she's really good. All her books are sort of crime, sort of spooky crime, sort of scary thrillers. So I picked this one up, and I really loved the cover of this one. This was again £1. So I've got quite a TBR, quite a lots to read, but yeah, I picked this one up, Trick of the Dark. This isn't so much thriller, I don't think. I think it's, well, I think it is. It's a mystery sort of book, I think. Reading quickly the synopsis, but I just like the cover on this. It's got a little keyhole there, and as you open it, it's got like some houses. So I loved the cover. Again, picking it for the cover, and this was £1. So I got quite a lot of books today, but yeah, this was £1, so I thought that was good. I just do the intro, or not the intro, the haul on in my camper, because it's quite a good light coming through, and I've got to set up all the lights at home if I did it in the dark at home. So I thought I'd just film it from the camper, so it's just easier. Under £10 for all those books, which I didn't think was bad. And as I say, coffee and cake cost me nearly £6 coffee and cake, and all those books cost me under a tenner. So I think they're really good value. When I was a child, I used to read books. It's only just recently I got back into reading. I used to read the Worst Witch books. I don't know whether anyone's heard of the Worst Witch books, but that's what I used to read when I was a child. And The Way to Satin Shore by Philippa Pierce, that was another one of my favourites. But you probably don't want me to bore you with the story of, you know, how many books I used to read, or do you? Yeah, I used to read a lot of books, and when I was about 15 in the 80s, blimey, 80s, how old was I? How old was I? No, I must have been younger than 15 when I was reading the Worst Witch books. I think I was about 12 or 13. And I used to love reading those, but it's only recently I got back into reading books. I mean, so many people on their phones, and I found it really hard to get into books again. Really hard to get into books again, because of concentration level. Because your head's all thinking, oh, what's on, you know, social media, what's on this, what's on that. So I had to really concentrate on getting the books read and getting into a story. Now I'm into stories. I've read about 3 or 4 books now, and I really enjoy going into coffee shops and having a coffee and read a book. It's just really nice to get into that, what I call old-fashioned way of life, a good old days, as it were, like reading books and just chilling out before social media was around. But I'm not saying that I still get to, I love YouTube, I love watching YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I still do that. But at the same time, it's nice to get into a good book. So if you go past any of your charity shops or thrift shops or secondhand shops and you see some good books, then go ahead and pick one up. Sainsbury's had a great range of books. As I come into the local Sainsbury's, they've got a really good load of books, the sort of new releases and everything, and at really good price as well, especially for the hardbacks. I think the hardbacks were about £11, something like that, £10 or £11, which I thought was quite good. And they've got all the sort of new ones out, and this one particularly, the clothes look really good. I'll probably get that eventually once I've read all my second-hand books and the other books that I've bought. But yeah, they had some really good buys here too. tipping it down. I've got chips for dinner, cosy chips, and I'm going, excuse the hair, I look dreadful, but I've got chips for dinner, and I'm going to sit in a spooky place to eat them and read my book, because it's raining and I don't fancy sort of sitting at home sometimes, so I'm going to go and read my book and sit somewhere spooky, probably, you know, somewhere like a, you know, I don't know yet. I parked up somewhere just to eat my chips. And a couple have just come through the gate, and I'm talking to myself, but that's nothing unusual around here. That's what usually happens. So nothing unusual here. The brave dog walkers are all braving it with their umbrellas and stuff, and I'm just sitting here with the doors locked. I'm currently reading The Witches of Pendle by Yvette Fielding. It is a young adults, maybe slash sort of older children's book, I'd say, but saying that, I'm really enjoying it, and I've now got grease all over it. Great. I'm really enjoying this. It goes into the Pendle witches, and it's got a bit of humour in it as well, and it's based on the witch Demdike. I don't know whether you've heard of it. If you know about the Pendle witches, you'll know who Demdike is. But it's a good read if you like sort of atmospheric books. I mean, it follows the three children, Tom, Eve and Clovis, in there, and the little dog. And I've forgotten what the dog's called in it. That's terrible because I've read 2 of her books so far. But it follows them, and they're ghost hunters basically, and they go to hunt these ghosts and go on these assignments. So yeah, I recommend it if you like ghost stories and things like that. And she has other books in the series. I've read The House in the Woods, and I've got The Ripper of Whitechapel, but I haven't read that yet. But yeah, if you like a spooky read, then I would recommend it. Spooky man on a bike. Time to go. Time to leave this spooky play with some cheery music and try to get it to work. Owie. think I'm going to conclude and end this vlog here now. I've had a shower in my vanilla pumpkin shower gel, so I'm feeling quite, you know, autumnal with that. And yes, I have got pyjamas with cats and pumpkins on. Do I care? No. I just thought I'd wear them because it's very seasonal. So yeah, I've washed my hair, I've got all my books in the bookcase, and I've done everything, taken my makeup off, and now I'm going to cozy up and finish reading The Witches of Pendle, and hopefully get through that tonight so I can start a new one, which I'll show you now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.